Okay, so we're on day 2 of this, and a little progress report. We are currently have the whole hot side and intercooler, everything, coolant's drained. Got power steering pump off. All the wiring and everything is disconnected. Engine's practically ready to go. I just have a engine ground back there that I gotta disconnect, and the clutch cable, and we're good to drop. Also pulled the seats out. That's gonna be going 67. Oh, got the shift boot and everything all disconnected. Just gotta go underneath and pop that shifter off, so that it'll clear. Yeah, so I prefer the drop the K-member transmission, engine, everything in all in one shot deal with pulling these motors and going out the bottom, because it just seems a lot easier and less strain on everything instead of trying to tilt it right, and especially if you have long tubes like that, you have to make sure that the engine's like straight up and down practically, and then dip it just right to get the transmission, and then you got to have the car just right to, yeah, I've been there, tried it on a couple different occasions, different cars, and I found that just unbolt the K-member, unbolt the transmission, drop it out, put it on a couple wheel dollies, and I'll show you guys. I put it on about 3 wheel dollies that I get from Harbor Freight for about, I think they're $10 each. Put one on each wheel, one on the transmission, lower it down, and the whole thing, just you roll the thing right out from underneath the car. You just gotta jack it up. You gotta have jack stands that will be able to go high enough that the engine will be able to clear and pull the strut out on one side. But we'll get to that, and I'll show you. Okay, so in here, removing the steering column, because done that before pulling one of these motors. You forget the steering column, and you're like, what the fuck's hanging this thing up? It's 13mm bolt, by the way, on these two newedge Mustangs. And it's such a pain in the butt. Also, these wheel dollies always seem to roll whenever you're trying to get leverage to turn a wrench or anything. So we got the steering column disconnected now. We're gonna work on. I pulled the clutch cable, steering column. Now we gotta drain the transmission and drop the drive shaft. Okay, now it's time to go under and drain this transmission. TR3650. Well, most transmissions like this, I just take a 3/8 ratchet for the drain plug. This freaking hoodie, I feel like. But it's really annoying when your cat gets dragged underneath the car, climbing underneath it. Got on jack stands, but it's not too high yet, because then I got lowered back down anyway, so just enough to get under there. One day we will have a lift in my shop that we are planning on building, but for now we're just doing a little butt scoot. Where the drain plug's right there. Can you see her? There we go. Focus. Ooh, I put her in there good. Alright, let's move this the drain pan over a little bit more. Just wait on it. Yeah, you guys don't need to watch it. Transmission fluid drain, so let me just get my hand free here in a second. Switch you up to pulling the drive shaft. Oh yeah. Give a little pop. There she is. John Shapes out. Alright, so these little guys are what I was talking about. I pick up from Harbor Freight for, I think they were like 10, 12 bucks. I just slide one under each control arm, like so. And then I put one under the transmission in the back. I might put like a little 4x4 or something underneath it, give it a little more height to level it out a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty much my method of rolling it out. So you'll drop the whole thing down, and it'll be supported in 3 points, and then you take out this strut, and as long as the car is high enough, everything will just be able to roll right out from the side here. Alright, so we got the cross member for the transmission unbolted. We got a jack on the end of the tranny and one on the nose of the front K-member. Now, just gotta unbolt the 2 sides of the K-member and we can start lowering her down. Alright, so she's all unbolted and just hanging up by the jack right now, so let's start slowly lowering her down. This jack really sucks with going slow. It's either all or nothing. So this could be interesting. And you guys are gonna see it. Got that. Drain a little bit of the coolant. It's tipped up in the motor. It's doing that. I'm gonna check on they're still looking pretty. Alright, let's go a little more. Alright, motor is completely out and on the dollies. Now I gotta jack up the front end and we'll roll her out. And boom, like that. Rolled all out. Got her dollies on 3 points. Dropped her down. She gotta be off the ground pretty significantly in order to get that to clear. Where's the measure? You got a measuring tape right here. Let's see. Well, 36.5 inches. It's about how much you need to clear if you get these little wheel dollies underneath. So yeah, she's out. Now I gotta pull the harness out and yeah. Well, there she is. Motor's out. Set aside, ready for the 67. Got the K-member ready to be bolted back in. Make it back into a roller. And she's up for sale. Might be going this weekend, but we'll see.